Hey everyone, welcome in. We've got a new PB video here. No one knows what the time is. I'm going to be unveiling it live on stream, and we're going to be having a little commentary to see how the run goes, and kind of a little talk about everything that happens in the any speedrun. So, hope you enjoy. Let's just kick it off and see how it goes. I hope I got the audio levels all balanced. I think I do. Alright. Just a quick thumbs up if the audio seems fine. So here we're doing a little bit of a different thing. After the hard reset, we're counting the start flashes there. We count 7 flashes and then we mash go. Make it a bit louder? Okay. Alright, how's that? Did that help boost it up a bit? I can go even louder. Like, didn't notice a difference. Okay, what about that? I've got this on max right now. Yo, fire. Well, we'll see if this is world record. I don't know about it. Anyone who saw in the Discord earlier, I posted a brief snippet. I posted the graph so people can see that, you know, how the rough trajectory of this run went. Okay, the audio is decent. Yeah, so above me, I've got my PB video, so this is the previous one I set, which was a 1 hour 30:11, which is represented by the splits I'm comparing against. And yeah, on the big screen, we got my PB that I did. So, as I said just before we started the run, I kind of sat on the title screen for a while, waited for 7 start flashes, and then went. That changes the RNG value to a different one we normally use. And it basically means that we can do 3 rolls in this room instead of 2. So you can see that we save like a quarter of a second over the other run because we get to enter this room a little bit faster. It's not a huge like improvement or anything, but you might as well go for it. Like, it adds 10 seconds to the beginning of the run, and it takes 10 seconds longer to restart a run, but it saves half a second, so you might as well go for it. Now, when I was doing this, I had my PB video hidden so I couldn't see it, and I'm noticing we're already synced back up because of just bad movement and text boxes and stuff. Yeah, maybe timings should start on reset. It'd be tricky to do that because no one on console does it from power on. Everyone does it from soft reset, whereas emulator does it from hard reset. So the timings for that is going to be very different. At that point, you might as well just say, like, do it by task timing. In which case, we power on, have to create a file, have to make it set to fast text speed. It's a real hassle at the beginning of the run. A little bit better movement from me in intro puts me a little bit ahead. I think I messed up a roll in the PB, but all of this has been pretty clean. I am noticing I'm dropping a lot of these text boxes. They're just not advancing as quickly as you can, like, if you were doing perfect mashing. And I'm not really sure what else I can do to improve it. I'm mashing as fast as I can. I need to have a little analysis of it, pull up the task inputs and see if I'm managing to perfectly press all the buttons simultaneously. Because if that's happening, I try and offset all of my fingers so they're all pressing at a different time, but my keyboard's kind of fucked, and I can press two keys at a different time and it'll get inputted to the game same frame. Like, when I do the later on we're going to do a trick where I need to do a frame perfect boots and bomb press. I press the keys at a different time. Because when I press the keys at the same time, they get inputted on different frames. My keyboard's fucked. It's taken so much effort to fucking get used to it. Maybe I just need to fucking press the keys all at the same time, and I'll get frame perfect mashing, I don't know. Not a bad intro. Intro's absolutely goldable for me. And if I do gold it, I will get comm sobs, because I'm pretty sure that I am frames off comm sobs on my my gold. It's literally down to better text mashing. All of my movement was pretty solid. Like, I guess my rolls weren't perfect, but honestly, doing movement like that's fine. It's not like I'm going to be grinding resets and intro to try and get community summer best anyway, because intro is such a small part of the run to save a quarter of a second. The movement here was pretty good. I think in Lon Lon it was a little bit sloppy. I did a roll in a wrong direction by accident, but not a huge deal. So this path I did through Minish Woods is very much a path I used to do much longer ago. When I came back to doing the category more recently, I switched to doing a slightly different path of doing the rolls, especially in the lower section. I in the past used to do far less rolls, which I did far less rolls this time, and more diagonal movement. And I really don't know which one's best, because I thought doing more rolls would be faster, but kind of hard to tell. And seeing as I got a 7:37 there, that's a pretty solid Ezlo time. I've had 7:36s before, but sometimes it's 7:40 here, so this is just a nice time to hit, honestly. It's definitely setting up for the sub 10 enter Deepwood quite easily. Because we have 3 seconds to save over PB, and if we just stay on pace with PB, we'd be getting the sub 10 anyway, so, you know. No big mistakes here, and it's the easy sub 10. The sub 10 enter Deepwood is the benchmark you want to hit for to set the pace for a good run. If you're hitting a sub 10 enter Deepwood, your movement's tight, and you can you can continue that confidence into the rest of the run. Really unfortunate with that roll there. I was a frame early outside of his text box detection zone, so I couldn't talk to him, and I pressed R to talk, but it rolled instead, so lost a little bit of time there. Got this roll strat into the ladder. It's always really nice when you nail that room and roll onto the ladder. Yeah, it really lets you know that your movement's tight. I'm always iffy about that text box either. I feel like it should be easier to close, or faster to close than I do it, but I can't ever seem to get it to go faster than that. Yeah, PB's kind of going all over the place, rolling into enemies and stuff. Nice, 58. I know the rough times of this run, but I didn't look at them specifically. Like, at the end, I did a quick glance through just to see where I was, but I was more concerned with stuff that happened later on in the run, so I didn't quite look at these early times that in depth. I mean, alright pattern from the slugs there. Deepwood's going to be just really, really RNG heavy, so we're going to, like, be pointing out any points of, like, good and bad RNG, honestly. Decent timing on that. Decent RNG from this Puffstall right now. It's kind of a little bit iffy. We don't know exactly where he's going to go. Yeah, okay, so he's in an avoidable spot. It's not one of the worst places it could be. Ideally, we want it completely out of the way. That Puffstall was nice, gave us the damage boost. We always want to get the damage boost there. It sets us up nicely for the movement through here. Yeah, and those guys played very nice there. Having a clear path to be able to go through, them not being on the corner is very important. Yeah, I got real robbed here. Like, come on. I didn't grab the mushroom, and then when I did, I managed to pull it back like 1 frame too short before releasing it. That was real dumb. I lost a lot of time there. A drown is like 1.5 seconds. Maybe 2 even. I haven't done like an exact timing of it. Yeah, roll into the wall there because of a slightly mistimed roll. I do a lot of rolls against corners to kind of nerf a lot of my movement. I spend a lot of the time rolling against the corner, and it takes a lot of the distance out of the roll. So things need to line up nicely depending on, like, I need to line up with the wall correctly when I do the roll to be able to land on the spot that I'm aiming for. This is a tricky room, but pretty much nail it here. Right, this is another RNG heavy room. We just gotta hope for good at RNG, because we don't want to get hit more than like 3 times. Bad roll. Roll to the right instead of down like I wanted to. Yeah, we're only just ahead of PB, which is a bit frustrating seeing as PB's, like, yeah, we're 5 seconds ahead of PB. Got really bad RNG from that guy, he just completely ran away. We got a heart drop in kind of a bad spot in the corner, which we couldn't get, and then we got a rupee drop in the doorway, so we pick up that rupee, which is a bit annoying. We don't want to get a rupee here. Sure, it doesn't lose us that much time. I mean, now we start pulling a bit ahead against PB because PB had to go get a heart, but yeah. Enemies at the top of that room were kind of unlucky to us. I got robbed there, like, come on, that totally hits nose. You can't tell me that didn't hit the nose. I just got robbed there. I could have been a couple pixels higher and it would have hit, like, guaranteedly. And there, like, he turns away the frame. Like, I got really robbed in this Mad Pillar fight. That was so unlucky. Look at this time. Like, yeah. 45 is really bad. I lost 10 seconds on that split. It was a pretty shockingly bad luck that I got at the end of this Deepwood section. So we're only just ahead of PB, and PB was even, like, PB was just bad, just plain bad in this section, so we should have saved a load of time. I really want to be getting a sub 1340 here. Like, it's not uncommon for me to get 1337s, 1338s at Gust Jar, so... Now, this section's a bit pretty RNG heavy, but it's also just, like, movement dependent. I decided, screw it. Screw it, I'm just going to be doing a slightly different pattern with the lily pads here to be to go fast, there's you can kind of like minimize your mini pad, lily pad Gust Jar movement with a different path, but I was getting so many issues with that because of just the Gust Jar being inconsistent. So now I'm just like going full speed and whacking against a wall and then doing an adjustment afterwards. It's like slightly slower, but it's more consistent, and that's kind of what I care about. Yeah, I've relearned all of the visual cue lineups for this room, so I can actually do it fast now and not be worried about falling into the water. $15.52. Yeah, this would have been a sub 15.50 if I had any sort of decent luck in the first half. And then get absolutely robbed by the Caterpillar. So yeah, I played Deepwood very well there, and we got reasonable luck. It was kind of like average luck. It wasn't awful, but there were some bad things that were bad, which is just a bit frustrating. Got really bad luck with the Chu there. It decided to go all the way to the side of the arena and then exit my Gust Jar thing because it moved so far across that I didn't suck it for the full duration, so we lost some time at the beginning. That was 7, so that's like medium bad RNG. And how long it stayed on the ground for. That's 5, so that's the fastest, which is pretty good. And then we get the 1 jump, so, you know. It turned it around to being a good fight, but, like, that beginning was awful. I lost multiple seconds there. That was really annoying. Yeah, honestly, with, like, if I had the 5 jump and not a completely, like, robbed first half, like, the first cycle, that probably would have golded. And yeah, 17.25 is, like, a really comfortable time. Like, I'm really trying hard to get that sub 17.20. That's one of my benchmarks, and I don't know what the fuck happened there. I was holding diagonal and pressing roll. I pressed roll multiple times and it just didn't go through. And then I walked in between the fucking guys and talked to them, and then I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Kind of a sloppy menu there. Another huge improvement for me is menus. I can save probably 10 seconds if I just go and practice every single menu and muscle memory train them. Because at every menu, I'm still having to think about what I need to do there. A bomb drop there, yeah, a bomb did drop. I saw that and I was like, was it worth going to go and get? And no, it's not. Movement there was a little bit scuffed, but I don't mind too much about that. You don't need to mash that first text box quickly, by the way. You can go slowly, because you have to wait for the animation of the kids walking to the spot. But then all of this wants to be mashed quickly. Yeah, honestly, watching this back, I can see how much time I'm losing to text boxes. It's insane. I'm losing so much fucking time to text boxes. It's actually nuts. My movement's not bad at all. Nearly all of the time loss I'm getting in early game is text boxes, and that's fucking depressing. I don't know how everyone else is getting fucking perfect text smashing, and I can't. Yeah, this section was like kind of okay. It was a little bit blur, but yeah, not a huge deal. And just scraping in the sub 21. Entering Crenel under 21 minutes, very nice. Like that's another like marker that I know that like the run's good if I get that. The Tektite there, I threw the bomb at that position because it lets us enter the cave quickly, but it can potentially kill that Tektite, which helps this section a little bit, but it's not a huge deal. The Tektite kind of completely left, so it wasn't something we needed to care too much about. I think, was that 2 roll lifts? I think it was both of them roll lifts, right? So yeah. I got robbed there. I was mashing to roll and it didn't roll, and then I got like multiple steps forwards before I fucking rolled and ended up rolling into the water. My rolls were fucking perfect there. I'm just getting robbed. Very annoying time loss. Yeah, we're gonna have Crenel for a while now. There's not really too much to say here, other than just like commenting on the enemy RNG that we get, and then the like, yeah, it's just RNG. This whole section, I don't think I make any real mistakes here or get bad RNG. We're just gonna be getting through this section. Ideally, that's what you just hope for. So many of the early game resets are just because you get hit by everything here. And anyone who's seen my runs recently on stream have known it's just been an absolute nightmare trying to get runs through here. When, you know, these guys can be in the way, every tech type at every section can just decide to jump on you. Yeah, speaking of bad RNG, like, that guy exactly on the spot that we roll around the corner, so, you know, just terrible place to be. Oh, yeah, speaking of bad RNG, PB gets that fucking happen. A beetle spawn from the rock. Yeah, we didn't get a beetle this run, though, so... Yeah, so this was a huge time save over PB. I knew that I was... From this point on, I should have always been ahead of PB, and I'm pretty sure that at no point throughout the rest of the run I actually fall behind PB, so... Actually, this entire run was entirely ahead of PB the whole time. I don't think there's a single point where I fall behind. Yeah, decent enemy RNG in that section. Like, being on this health is, like, great. Getting hit by a rock there, it's not, but, like, this is all fine. This is, like, borderline help as well. It's like, any more damage you get here, and you don't want to get help at the beginning of Cave of Flames, but after this point, you shouldn't take any damage for the rest of this section, so you should be able to get to Cave of Flames and then do Cave of Flames on this health. Unless the P-Hat decides to come down towards you, and then that happens. Also, this guy tried to land on my head, and I'm, like, panicking as I release the last possible moment. Also, with this... I don't know what I did there. I managed to do it... I managed to time my roll 1 frame early. I tried to press... You try and go down just for the briefest moment so that you can press right and roll the same frame. You press right and roll in the same frame, and then you can manage to land before the Ezlo trigger. But I managed to roll a frame early, and it made me roll down because of you holding down and then you press right. Or maybe maybe I did it frame perfectly, but then I was holding down 1 extra frame or something. Yeah. There's a bunch of, like, tiny mistakes I made in this section with pushing. I'm not pushing exactly optimally. Like, I accidentally switch my direction in the middle of 1 push and it cancels it. You lose, like, 6 frames because it takes 6 frames to charge up the push value, so... It's barely noticeable, but, like, I notice it. That was a bad menu as well. Yeah. Managed to take enough damage here to warrant getting health at the beginning of the dungeon. Yeah, decent RNG from those guys. Not incredible, but... I think one of my rolls could have maybe got through, but it's really just difficult to time those rolls to completely avoid them. I need to time that down roll a little bit faster. I can't speak. $28.42, not bad. 28.40, anything under a 28.45 is pretty solid, honestly. Nice roll lift. Accidentally hit the bob-omb, so my position was kind of bad there. I should have gone to the other side, it would have been good. Nice fight here, except that my fucking stab didn't manage to hit, which was very annoying. Also, we got the rupee back in Deepwood, so I completely forgot that the text box is gone. So I started mashing for the text box and ended up picking up a bunch of rupees. I should have looked at my rupee count, but I completely just blanked there. Alright, I'm going to be hoping for good luck in this section. These guys are okay. Like, if they're right next to each other like that, it's a little bit awkward, but it's not the worst. What's really bad is when one of them just completely fucks with you. Here, this fight RNG was pretty solid. Like, he does just something... That's kind of what you're hoping for, RNG-wise. Anything like that, you take 100%. Minish rolling is so weird. It always throws me off when I'm doing this section and trying to time my rolls well. Because the roll timing is completely different to when you're regular sized. When you're regular sized, you can roll every 28 frames. But if you're Minish, you roll every 25 frames. It's a shorter roll, but only by a couple frames. So it's so hard to get used to the timing when it's so close but slightly different. So you end up just doing suboptimal rolls as Minish. So when I try and naturally do my roll timing, it just doesn't work. So I'm like, okay, well, let's just mash and hope for the best. Yeah, kind of okay enemy RNG here. I'm just gonna forward slash that guy in instead of picking up and throwing him. Not sure exactly what's the best way from that position, but we didn't get good RNG. Like in PB, all of the enemies were perfectly in the right spot, so they got put in extremely quickly and easily. Alright, time for angle retention. We don't fuck up the position at the start. Let's see what damage boost we get here. And it was a good direction one. And decent fight. Get the fast one. Lost like 5 seconds over gold. I'm pretty sure my PB had an extremely good early Cave of Flames as well, so yeah, we lost a bit of time. Did PB gold that? Or at least extremely close. Yeah, just slightly too early on that, and then I get bullied by these guys a bit, lost a bit of time there. That's a bit annoying. But we're still ahead of PB, and PB honestly gets an almost decent enter Gleerok, being a 3402, so you know, just being slightly ahead of the PB going into enter Gleerok's honestly fine. I'd like it's totally possible to get a much faster time. You can see how much time I'm losing. Okay, bad RNG from the roller bites here. Yeah, they're kind of just all in the way with no real way of dealing with them. Yeah. I hit the other guy slightly out of the way. That guy was just running for me to try and get me. Yeah. Not much I could have really done there. That was just bad RNG, and you just gotta eat the time loss and try and do it as quickly as possible and not lose any more time. Yeah, really fucking dumb movement there. I lost an extra second or so at the end there just rolling in the wrong direction. Should have just rolled up into the thing, but I ended up losing like 2 seconds at the end there stupidly. Yeah, that was a really bad split. I lost a lot of time. It was mostly the roller bites, but it was kind of when the split goes bad and then you make the smallest mistake by, you know, pressing the roll a frame early or something and you roll in the wrong direction because you didn't get your direction change off. That is just so frustrating. Like, any future runs I get, I should 100% be ahead of at this point, because I've just made so many mistakes in Cave of Flames, and you can see the graph is just curving upwards. Gleerok just being kind of bad there, where Just the slow rotation. Yeah, we got not great RNG here. It's rotating up, but then it gets to short shoot, so then it rotates down quickly, which was nice. So it kind of like helped the fight out a bit at the end there. So like it was a solid fight. Like I want to be at trying to get some sub 35 45s at fire element. Like I should be easily getting sub 36 fire elements now, which is like I 100% cannot accept the runs that are above 36 at this point because yeah, nothing is going to be close to PvEing. Whereas you're looking at everyone else in the top 5, no one's getting anywhere close to 36. Everyone's getting way below. World record's like a 35-30 something, and everyone else is in that range, so I need to be improving these early games up to that level. But yeah, so much of it is RNG, so... Now here's where the run begins, because here's where we're actually doing tricks which you need to do perfectly, otherwise you lose minutes. I was a little bit dumb by going under the rollerbike, under the beetle. If it lands on you, you lose bottle invulnerability. But we get Crenel Clip first try. Ten, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I accidentally only did 6 rolls there, so I'm like, okay, McGeehor's dead, so I'll just go the safe way. So we lose a couple seconds here. Yeah, 3 and a bit. Really lucky with that Moblin. That Moblin could have totally speared us there, but we only got contact damage instead, so... Not bad. Yeah, we're only just ahead of PB at this point, so it's like... Okay, well... I was hoping to be quite substantially ahead of PB. I was 15 seconds ahead at one point. Like, yeah. I could definitely be like 20 seconds ahead of this run. Kind of a little bit sloppy timing with all the things I'm doing here, so PB is catching up. Also, PB got McGeehor first try, so that saved like 3 seconds. And closed everything up. Didn't get the roll lift. PB didn't get it either, so it's fine. PB did get hit though, so it loses a bit of time here. It got hit by the bomb. Didn't pick up the pot somehow. I was there mashing R and it just didn't pick it up. I was waiting for the pickup animation, or I was going to tap down and then throw it left, but yeah, it just didn't happen. Yeah, Octos weren't awful to us in that first part. These Octos can get in the way if they're mean, but they weren't. They're completely out of the way. PB gets fuckled by them a little bit. Missed roll there. Yeah, honestly, this is all like completely fine move. Like this is just another kind of dead section here. I missed the push against that. I was like a pixel too low or something, and then managed to not get full contact against the side of the object and slid around the corner a bit. Annoying. Really sloppy rolls there. You can tell because I was really far left on the Wind Crest. If you have solid rolls, then it's fine. Also, there, all of those rolls were real bad, so just ended out of position when trying to get into the shop and had to do some walking. If you have sloppy rolls before a set of stairs, it really screws you up. Managed to save a little bit of time over PB because PB lost a lot of times as shit, so... Whoa, I was fucking terrified by that guy. I was like, damn, please don't hit me. Okay, here I was a little bit worried because I'm like, I'm really high up on the bridge and I don't know how that's going to affect the manip later. So I just was going to hope that it doesn't affect it at all. Decent RNG here, which all the enemies stayed out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh no, I only did one side. Yo, Session. Yeah, we got the PB unveiling. Are we betting on final time? We don't have a bet going. People can make guesses if they want. If you want a hint, you can see in the Discord I posted the graph, but not the final time, so you can see roughly how it compares to the previous PB. That was a good split. I saved. that was a decent fight. I saved some time over PB there. PB definitely had time to save it. Now this is the part that I've been practicing the absolute shit out of because I am so frustrated with getting runs up to this point. 2958, interesting. Okay. So we get good sparkle, and then we get bad sparkle, but we adapt to them correctly. And then I changed up my ending here. I'm now doing Vlak's ult one, because the position here is pretty good. Here, and then I get my timing slightly off here. I was too nervous, so I stopped it early, because I thought I timed my things wrong, and I didn't want to kill the P-hat. So we lose a little bit of time trying to get him out of the corner, whereas I've practiced the timing to get it out of the corner in one go without pause buffering, which saves a bit more time. But yeah, we lost a little bit of time there. Got the clip first try. Fucking finally. Was that quad? That was cave triple. Yeah, huge time save over PB. We still lost 10 seconds over gold, but honestly, that was mostly because I was trying to be too safe with the P-hat. Putting it into... I did some extra blast with it going into the corner. My gold is insane. It's almost unbeatable. But yeah, now we've got Fortress. This also, I don't have time save on this split. This split is kind of just like a nothing split. All you need to do is just not fuck up the lever clip and then not fuck up the Darknut manip, and they're not too tricky to avoid fucking up. So it's all about just calming your nerves at this point, because I definitely have adrenaline running at this moment, so I'm just spending a lot of mental energy, just focusing on breathing and stuff, and on this part I'm mostly muscle memorying because I've practiced this enough to not have to worry about it. You're going to do normal, triple, and P-hat, and fourth one on leather clip. Yeah, I'm finding triple into P-hat, like, way more consistent than, like, triple into P-hat. Triple into P-hat is just insane. It's almost impossible. But doing triple manip, save and quitting, and then doing the P-hat manip on its own, that's like, it's 5 seconds slower than doing cave triple, and I just want to save those 5 seconds. That's all. That's the only reason why. But like, if you don't care about 5 seconds, then it's fine. I got good RNG on this part, so I'm like, okay, I can just do the regular movement. All you need to do is pay attention to the boots when you enter the platform rune. Yeah, good. I'm 100% confident about this Kinstone. I don't even need to check it because I'm guaranteed that's going to work. Triple into P-hat is you need to have almost task-like perfection to consistently land on like a couple of RNG sparkle patterns, and you need to learn all of them and do them. Do the reactions instantly and without hesitation. It's so difficult, and basically only TGH could do it. I tried, and I could get it like 40% consistent, and it just isn't viable in runs. Oh, cave is free. Cave is honestly free. Like, you barely need to notice the yarn, like the sparkles. The thing is with triple into P-hat, you just. I fucked up the timing there, but that's fine. Yeah, like, all of that section was absolutely perfect. Like, I was really nervous about it, but yeah. We're 47 seconds ahead because I didn't fuck up! Yay! No, cave... cave... Yeah, C... PB right now, just struggling with the Armos, getting bullied. Really unfair, but yeah. I intentionally took damage here because I want to be on this health, and then I don't want to take any more damage after this point. But you know, cave triple, you don't need to learn like a wide variety of sparkles like triple into P-hat. The cave triple is so simple and consistent. Yeah, I wanted to go for the slash there, but I realized I was going to get hit if I did, and getting hit in extra time would put me on a quarter of heart, which gives me no leeway in case Octos get in the way in the next section. I can't afford that, so I played it safe. Yeah. Decent RNG so far on Mazaal. Like, back left is like, you know, it's fine. It was the third one I checked. A little bit unlucky there with that arrow shot. And really, really great RNG being the first pillar there. Yeah, so this fight was kind of like a little bit sloppy on the RNG, a little bit sloppy on the execution, but not awful, and then the RNG was fairly good. So only 2 seconds off gold. Yeah, that was an extremely solid Fortress. Fortress can be so consistently fast with practice, whereas all the other dungeons you can vary by like 20 seconds. It's nuts. Like, sure, in Fortress, the only time you lose time is when something goes wrong, and then if something goes wrong, the whole fucking dungeon falls apart and you lose a minute. Like, it's pretty brutal in that respect. But we remember to talk to Tingle, and also if you looked at the kinstones. I absolutely got the right red kinstone, so... The Boomerang split is literally the same it was before Octoclip. What, do you mean just, like, the time, or the, like, what we do? Because it's not the same. Oh, no, it's not the same, because we need to do Long Death Abuse. Because we lowered ourselves down onto half a heart here, but now we're going to do the Long Death Abuse. But it's still only 4 tingles. Oh, yeah. So we don't need to get that bottle anymore, which saves a huge chunk of time. Yeah, like, this part here is way slower than what we used to do. We used to just go into the cave and clone, but now we have to do this Death Abuse. That setup's pretty free. Absolutely nail the OG first try. Don't even, like, come at me with the fucking multiple try OGs or anything. That was beautiful. Yeah, absolutely nailed that. Now, for the rest of this, it's just, like, hoping for the good RNG on the fairy tree, and then, like, just try and nail the execution. Yeah, before Octoclip, we would used to go, like, immediately after doing Tingle, we would walk to town, do this, and do the other Tingle, and then we would walk back to town, go to get the sword upgrade. I completely forgot what the menu was there, so I like, hesitated massively. That was multiple seconds lost there. But did a roll and pick up there, that was really sloppy as well, yeah. I have a huge gold potential on this split. Like, PB golded, PB didn't even do the section particularly well, so... Yeah, and then I exited it out of the menu because I pressed A, and then started holding B ready to start text mashing. The A input didn't go through, so the B cancelled out the menu. It's so dumb. I think I need to be buffering into... Like, I need to... When I text mash to bring up the menu quickly, I need to just never let go. But that's such a weird thing to make a mistake on. Well, like, the routes in general? The route in general is pretty solid. Like, I like that it got rid of the annoying stuff in Octo, the previous Octo minute, the Octoclip route where we have to go and get the bottle. That was such a fucking time waste. It was a minute-long time waste. And it made Fortress harder, whereas now Fortress is a little bit easier. And, like, yeah, Fortress, if you fuck up the Darknut minute, it's not run over anymore. You just do the backup and get the chest, and it's, like, a couple seconds slower, and that's it, and your run's still alive. Yeah, oh, yeah. Dude, look at that! I was 0.6 off golding. I made so many stupid mistakes in this split. I have seconds of time save. Like, I can do a huge gold there. Really unfortunate with that. I got a really big boost downwards, so it wasn't enough to get grabbed by Zephyr, so I had to play the Ocarina again. That's dumb. I don't want to get hit by this guy. Yeah, getting 6 kinstones was dumb. Yeah, perfect minutes for everything was really annoying. And then Octoclip was really frustrating. If you fail it once, you lose a minute. And we get another first try OG. I love my first try OGs, especially at the beginning of the run. I can always nail those ones perfectly, and it's great. And then so when the run goes later on, DHC, like, I'm gonna fuck all of those up. Alright. 54:57. I am 3 seconds behind world record at this point. Bear in mind, I did save a minute because we're doing an easier route, like a faster route. But yeah, with all the time saves, one less Kinstone is huge. Yeah, it makes it so much approachable and more willing to just worth the grind. Honestly, if the best part of the time save, like the new discovery, is that it makes the run nicer to run, then that's honestly just for the best. Making the run more exciting for people to want to run is so important. Yeah, this run up to this point has just been so sloppy in so many places. I can see people being, like, substantially ahead of world record by the time we get to droplets. It's just, from this point on, world record's just, like, absolutely godlike for the rest of the run, so it's almost impossible to ever pull ahead. And I don't actually ever pull ahead at any point. So I mistimed that ever so slightly. I let go of my boots a little bit early, so we ended up at the top of the thing instead of rolling down on the wall. And then when I pressed roll, because I normally expect to be at the bottom, I kind of like rolled against the edge. Also, I think it was another first try OG on earlier in the dungeon. Alright, what RNG are we going to get here? Also, with that enter droplets, I was off gold by like 2.2 seconds. That's basically exactly an Ocarina play, which is what I like lost because I had to do an extra Ocarina play. So like I would have golded if I got grabbed by Zephyr the first time I played the Ocarina. Alright, what's the thing here? 5. So that was fast. I think that was the second one. I didn't see what the first one was. And then we get the 5 jumps, which is best RNG here. Because he lands the last one as he gets unelectrified, which is perfect. Yep, absolutely perfect. I start holding the B button there for the text box, like the frame that I got control, so I used the Gust Jar instead of opening the chest. That was really stupid. But yeah, time for Octoclip. I was a little bit worried there because I'm really far over on the left. I don't want to warp back to the top of the room, so I was like holding right to get out of that after the Ezlo trigger, but that was fine. Okay, position there, do the menu, slash turn correctly, slash turn roll, bam. First fucking try, let's go. Fucking love it. Yeah, and Minute, I'm so absolutely 100% confident on the Minute up to this point. Like, after this point, like, it's always... I've never had any issues with this Minute. It's so clean. A little bit sloppy on the menu there. Yeah, so nothing on the A button, got hit, so it's 3 rolls. Oh, yeah, you watched the first tutorial. Honestly, if you watch the first tutorial, then do you even need to watch the second tutorial? And there's the hour mark. I absolutely want to try and push for a sub-hour water element. Because it's completely doable. I lost so much time throughout this run. And then that's just the 8 roll pattern, so yeah. Fun fact with 8 roll, there's like 4 different RNG patterns that all look like that, so we just say, oh, just do 8 rolls, because 8 works for all of them. 6 works for 3 of them, but there's just one that it doesn't work for, like if you do 6. Because we're hitting a patch of like 3 RNG values that work, then 1 that doesn't, and then 1 that does, and then 1 that doesn't, and then 1 that does. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 RNG values that we can land on, and it just works out perfectly that the values that we land on are perfectly separated 8 away from the values that work for the minute. So if we just do 8 every time, it always lands. It's beautiful. It's so good. Sub 1 hour water element would be a huge achievement. It's 100% doable. I lost so much time throughout this run to dumb shit. Like 40 seconds, it is completely doable. I think I looked at my comparison to some of best at this point. We'll look at it later on, but I'm pretty sure I'm a minute off my sum of best here. So I would have to be playing godlike to be able to get the sub hour, but I think some of my goals are improvable, so I don't know, 40 seconds might be a tall ask. Me, yeah, sub hour Ocarina was the goal for so long. Then sub hour Boomerang, and now I remember like sub hour enter droplets was like really like it's when you knew that the run was good, but then like the only people who could get that was like TGH and Black on the old hack clip route, and then Octoclip came out, and it was like, okay, most good Octoclip runs do get the sub hour enter droplets, but now it's like sub hour water elements so fucking close. Also, I golded the Octo fight. One of my menus was pretty poor, and that's basically the only time. Like, if you do perfect, the first try Octoclip, it's literally just down to menuing speed that decides if it's a gold or not. So, yeah, another improvement to be made on the fight by maybe a second or so more of gold potential if I just clean up the menus. Yeah, this section was pretty clean up to this point. Oh yeah, we're 1 minute and 7 seconds ahead of PB right now. We are massively ahead of PB. First try OG again. All the OGs have been first try so far. We're not wasting our time doing an extra OG there, so we save time over PB. We get another one! Perfect OGs so far on this run. Fucking nuts. Literally haven't dropped a single one. And gold Enter Palace. 1 minute 11 ahead. Now, if you've seen the graph, This is the furthest ahead we're going to get. If I kept this pace up, this would have been a 128. But yeah, I got a little bit robbed here, so, you know, the P-Hats are getting in the way, the Stalfos getting in the way, so that was not a great first room. A little bit sucky. At this point in the run, like, I am pretty nervous because I'm like, this run has been extremely good up to this point. I haven't made any big mistakes. There's been a lot of little sloppy mistakes, but this run's very good. Do a lot of tech smashing, like quick mashing, that's try and get rid of the fire as quickly as possible. Got this fight coming up. I'm doing a lot of safe movement here just to... because I don't want to try and risk going absolutely perfectly fast. Got robbed there. The fucking lantern didn't like him. And then here... how many times can I get hit by fucking enemies? I lose 5 seconds there because of enemy, the extra cycle. And I probably lost like 5 seconds in the first room as well. So that's 10 seconds lost. That was really shit. But like, how did my lantern not melt the fucking Wizrobe the first time? Like in the cycle before. Getting hit. Knocking me out of position, so then I had to try and do a backup recovery. And yeah, it was just a mess at that point. Just get hit by all of the Wizrobes, no matter where I was stood. Really annoying. Alright, we got Stair Clip. Now, I'm really upset by this. Just look how long this fucking takes. Just could not. I had about 10 double frame inputs in a row. Whereas I'm just going backwards and forwards, perfectly pressing directions for exactly 2 frames, no less, no more. All I needed was an odd number of frames of input once. I get frame perfect bad inputs multiple times in a row. I just lost like 10 seconds there. That was so agonizingly annoying. It's so frustrating when you land one fucking pixel off and you just can't get the adjustment. Yeah, that mobbling completely fucked us. This dungeon completely fucked us in terms of health. Like, everything got in the way, so we're forced to get health at the end of this section, losing more time. Yeah, I'm just trying as hard as possible to not lose any more time to dumb shit. Like this fight. This fight can go real bad if shit happens, like this. Fuck off, dude. You are fucking kidding me. I had multiple sword slashes get hit on the fucking, like, ball chain, which just never happens. So that's fun. My health is completely fucked at this point. Yeah, this is absolute nightmare territory right now, because I'm like, how do I get hit by this guy multiple times? I can easily go through that room without taking any damage. Why is this shit happening? Like, it's literally because I'm on fucking good pace here, and yeah, just look at the time loss now. Absolute nightmare palace. Ideally the best dungeon in the game, because there's so little RNG. But everything that could go wrong went wrong. Huge time loss. Time for Gyorg, the most RNG part of the boss, of the dungeon, and as we saw so far, RNG hates me and doesn't want this run to have a good time. So Let's see how bad Gyorg can fuck us over. Got bad eye position, but I preempted it by going and standing in the spot that, you know, is where the worst eye can spawn, because I knew that the RNG was going to fuck me over. Literally, all of the other eye positions are free, and that's the only one that you have to actually position a Link on top of. Good timing there. Gyorg's doing pretty fine here, kind of staying just a little bit out of the way. Try and jump onto him, he jumps past me. Got hit by an orb. Worst eye position, so you can only hit it once. Fucking sucks. Do I get cloneless? No! We don't get cloneless! We're 8 runs in a row, not getting cloneless. This is a 50-50, and I have tossed the coin, and I have hit tails 8 times in a row. When will this streak end? I want to know. When am I going to get a run that doesn't... That gets the fucking cloneless end? It's a 50-50. Can I please get it and stop losing? 10 seconds in this fight is so agonizing that I'm losing 10 seconds in this fucking fight every single time. So this was a nightmare fucking palace that I just wanted to fucking end, because I'm like, dude, I'm always doing this dungeon within 10 seconds of gold. Like, how the fuck did this happen? So at this point, yeah, no, there are 4 different eye patterns that you can get. 2 of them let you do the fight cloneless, 2 of them don't. It's a 50-50. It's guaranteedly 50-50. The RNG distribution is a perfectly even distribution. I know it doesn't feel like that, but that's actually what's happening. Yeah, the game does just fucking hate us sometimes and gives us shittest fucking RNG. When things are truly a 50-50, and we get it 10% of the time, it's a absolute nightmare. It's like how Opto Zeroink is 25%, but it feels like 10%. That Moblin fight was a bit sloppy. Dude, that text box was so slow. Every single one there, I had like it closed slowly. I'm losing so much time to text boxes. I noticed with this split as well, like my gold here is like seconds off of what like TGH's gold is, and I'm like, how? It's such a... It's a section with nothing but text boxes, so it's literally just text boxes. I'm losing like 2 seconds to text boxes just in this section alone. It's insane. Yeah, maybe I'll use the text. I thought I tried using the Xbox controller, but it really got tiring to me to having to switch from keyboards to controller just for text boxes, and having to switch back for regular movement. It's... yeah, I don't know, I'll try it. Yeah, like there, like I'm mashing. I'm like fucking mashing as fast as I can, and it's just not closing the text box as fast. I'm losing like half a second each text box, and it's like, what? And then I reset the run because fuck Palace. Right? It's so depressing when one tiny thing goes wrong in Palace, and then the whole thing fucking snowballs out of control. Because it's one of the easiest dungeons to do perfectly because of the practice that we do for it. When you get into the flow, you can just turn brain off and bam, you gold it. Or you're within a second of gold or something. But when anything goes wrong, and then you have to start thinking about, like, okay, that happened, I need to do this adjustment. Fucking throw it in the bin. It's never gonna work. So I only lost like 20 seconds to PB because PB didn't even have a good palace, and I thought that I had time saving palace, but I didn't have time saving palace. Any other run I do up to this point, I'm absolutely like have to be saving huge chunks of time in palace. My keyboard started dropping inputs there. I held B, I held the boots the entire time, and it dropped it. So I was panicking here. I'm like, please, keyboards, do not die and kill this run just because you don't want to be holding the sword the whole time. Because I had 2 boots uses in that previous section that got cancelled early because I was holding the boots. I had it held down hard, and it just released the input for a frame and then repressed. Yeah. Please slash turn. There we go. Yeah. This moblin comes towards me and I'm like, please fuck off. He comes back down, like, it's trying to stay away just so that he can stay out of the way. Then I managed to do the lineup. That was a much better stair clip than I got the one in Palace, which is incredible to say. I walked up a little bit there, and it didn't put me against a corner, so I had to equip the cape. And I equipped the cape over the wrong button, because I'm so not used to that backup. I'm so used to always clipping that first try. So yeah, a lot of time lost there, which is annoying, but try and not lose any more time for the rest of the section. Yeah. Had my menu on the wrong position, but that's fine. Do the throw there. Sword slash. What the fuck? Yeah. Yeah, lose like 10 seconds here. That was really annoying. I must have been like a frame off. If I slashed a frame earlier, it probably would have worked. And then that happened. I fucking rolled left and then it rolls up. So DHC is starting to absolutely fall apart like Palace. As I said, one thing goes wrong, and then everything is going to go wrong without fucking fail. This run is absolutely falling apart at the seams. Such a good run, just falling apart to the simplest, most mundane shit. You also see PB gets fucked over in this section. Okay, so there's the first Ocarina glitch I fail in the run. Managed to get it second try. I hold up, release dash, repress it, look away, look back, and I'm bonked and soft locked. I somehow had a diagonal input in there. And the diagonal input made me dash to the right. The moment I look away. Yeah, so that just threw away 15 seconds. I am just mortified by this run at this point. I'm like, how the fuck did this happen? I had no mistakes up to the end of... like, up to the beginning of Palace. And then from Palace onwards, everything's gone wrong. Nothing has gone right. And I'm just like, please, I just want to finish this run and not just... I knew I was like a minute ahead, but I wasn't that far ahead anymore. I didn't know where I was at this point. There's another OG fail. I completely lost confidence and can't nail the OGs anymore. Almost bonked there. That fucking threw me as well. I'm like, God, please do not bonk on corners because of fucking subpixels. I tried making sure that this minute was consistent, but I don't get a good position. Yeah, I don't know what that pattern is, so... Before I do any new runs, I am absolutely fucking fixing, like, DHC and getting this minute sorted. So I don't know what that fucking roll was. Managed to roll in the wrong direction. Right, last OG. Get it first try. Alright, hoping for good chain soldiers here. Yeah, I'm so disappointed with everything in the last, like, 10 minutes. Because this is some of the strongest part of the game that I'm at. I am not that good at early game. So I normally leverage a lot of my strength from being absolutely incredibly consistent at Palace and at DHC. Being able to do all of it extremely fast. And I've lost... a minute and a half to a minute 45 in the last 10 minutes, and it's so frustrating. All of that section was fine. Like, if I do that level of execution, like, I'm kind of happy with it. I lost a couple seconds to PB in that section, but being only 5 seconds off gold is, like, fine. That's a tricky section to not nail absolutely perfectly. Just hoping for good RNG from this guy. Do not get it. Have to get the slowest pattern. Didn't get the lantern light before the cutscene. So PB is closing up fast behind it. I'm not doing West Tower because I didn't get an RNG minute. Yeah. And also, it's so scary to do the west side. I didn't want this run to die because a Stalfos gets in the way. You need to nail the Dark Harrow Castle minute up to that to be able to go for West Tower. Yeah, it's faster. You're gonna save, like, probably if you minute it probably gonna be 5 seconds of time save. But it's just too stressful at the end of a run, especially a run like this. I'm just fucking a ball of anxiety and adrenaline at this point, so I'm just going for muscle memory and consistency. At least we do the save and quit after the first key now, yeah. Honestly, that save and quit, just for the consistency, is probably worth it. Let alone the time save from, like, the split... It's like a split-second time save, but just having the save there is worthwhile. Yeah, it would have killed the run. I would have gone back to, the sword upgrades before Palace. That's where I'd have gone back to. No, before Full Sword. Yeah, it would have completely killed the run. I would have lost 10 minutes. Alright, so we have this minute. I'm just... I don't even know how this is going. All I'm thinking about is just, like, focusing on breathing and just letting muscle memory take control. I'm trying not to think about the run at any point and just go through the motions. Kind of fuck up the menu a little bit there, but try and realign myself. Go for the safe ending. I have 2 different endings. After I kill it, I can do 3 quick slashes and then walk into the... then the cutscene ends and then I just walk into the thing. Or I do a roll and then there's a green rupee. If there's a green rupee, then I'm guaranteeably on the correct RNG. So I just do 2 slashes and walk into the staircase. So I just did that version of the ending there just to guarantee that I'm definitely on the right ending. Because a roll and 2 slashes is the same as, like, 3 slashes. Yeah. Going well so far, just trying to keep my cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Equip the Gust Jar, wait for the timing. Vaati stops moving. Wait for this timing. I slash on time with the music there. So I listen to the music here. Now. I did it early. I panicked. And then, yeah. That fucked up the ending. I did like 3 extra RNG calls and that completely ruined the ending. You can tell by the last puff during the fade out animation what RNG you get. And from that I knew that this RNG was fucked and it was... so Vaati 1 was good, but then this Vaati 2 is unminute. So I have to just get lucky. Yeah, I see Vaati in this spot and I'm like, okay, please do another attack. No, okay. I should have just created clones quickly, maybe saved a little bit of time. But things are getting real sketchy at this point because my PB is 11 seconds off of the sub 130 and I am 12 seconds ahead of my PB. Vaati can kill this. And look at this shit RNG I'm getting. I'm surprised Vaati didn't kill my clones there, but... yeah, they did the counter rotation, and I managed to get back onto the good side. Yeah. But yeah, Vaati is playing perfectly badly here. Like, they're getting in the way. They're moving onto the side where the clone, like, the eyes are. Slash doesn't hit the eyes. Do a backup slash. I could have lost my clones there and killed the fight. That was... there were multiple points where I got really fucked by Vaati RNG, and it should have killed my clones, and it literally was just luck that decided that I didn't get my clones killed. But still, 20 seconds lost. My PB... if I finally get Vaati 2 Manip in a run without it just fucking failing at the end of Vaati 1, I could have... I can gold the end of Vaati 2. So I'd lost 20 seconds there. The end of Vaati 2, the way that I do it, doesn't really have a consistent way of landing on the same RNG to then continue that into Vaati 3 to get a fast arm at the beginning. But it's definitely something you can do. Am I going to try and beat this run? Not yet. I think I'm done for the time being, because this grind is really fucking taking a toll on me. I kind of don't like it, but I can't grind anymore. I need to stop, and I'm about to leave the country and go to the US. Also, thanks, Vaati. Fuck you, Rick. Look at this shit. I'm desperately fighting for the sub 130 right now, and this is the fucking RNG I'm getting. Slow arm, bad arm, spawns underneath the other arm. Like, how fucking unlucky can I get? Oh, this is not past... I mean, this is real-time me. Hi, chat. Like, I'm here. It's just my... Also... the fucking arm moved! The arm moved! After I... like, the arm moved before my fucking projectile hit. What is this bullshit? The arm moved and it was vulnerable to the cane hit. The cane hit didn't hit it. Like, it hit it. Like... Okay, so I just lost like 10 seconds to bullshit in this fight, and I'm just losing my mind at this point. Yeah, no, this was such a nightmare end of this run. It's gonna be hard to get another pace run that good up to Enter Palace. But I lost 2 minutes at the end of in the last 20 minutes of the run. And that's so frustrating. So it's the sub 130. It's a 129.53. Dude, like 40 seconds lost in the final boss fights. Yeah, it's hard to be happy with this. It is the sub 130. It's the time I was going for. I've got to call it there and say that for now, that's a PB I'm going to leave it on. It's not the final PB I'm going to get, because I will improve this again. Like, when I said with the previous run, when I was just, like, the 130.11, I said that I wasn't happy with that until I got the sub 130. Like, it was good, but it wasn't good enough. And, like, this is... It's still not good enough, but it's, like... It's too hard to improve right now, so I'm going to leave it. I know what I need to do to be able to improve, and I can't do that yet. I got a little bit too much to do on my plate. I set 2 golds. I golded the Octo fight, and I golded Enter Palace. Yeah, getting another run up to Palace is on this kind of pace is going to be really hard, but I should absolutely be able to save like most of the time that I lost in Palace and DHC in another run. So yeah, this is technically on the leaderboard 2nd place. However, it's not truly 2nd place because Toads has an unsubmitted 129.37. I was really hoping to try and beat that, and I was absolutely on pace to do it. But then everything went wrong at the end of the run. So this is 2nd place, but it's a 3rd place. It's the 3rd ever... I'm the 3rd person to do a sub 130. Hopefully with this the new trick, the new route and everything, more people are going to come and improve their times and get into the 129s. This run's so much more accessible now. Anyone who's in the who's doing P-Hack clip in the 135s or try to do some Octo clip runs and got like 132, 33s or whatever, you can totally do this new Octo clip route and like grind for the sub 130. I know Semi's grinding for it right now. It's really great to see more people coming back and doing more runs now that the run's improved a bit, because Octo clip was so frustrating for 2 years. Yeah, I'm kind of just scrolling. I don't have control over the things. This is from the recording, so I was just going back over the run and having a look because I didn't see what it was, so... Well, we already talked about it. We just commentated the whole run, so... Yeah, let me just jump to the sum of best graph. Here we go. Yeah, so here is versus sum of best. So you can see how shallow it is throughout most of the run, and then there's big spikes up. And those big spikes up are just the big time losses that I'm really frustrated with. Like, there's a clear... This is like 2 different graphs. There's like a graph of me doing the run well, and then it just spikes up where I goes badly. There's like a clear trend, bad trend from Enter Palace onwards. Am I going to do attempts? I don't know. I don't know if I want to. Maybe. I'll see how I am when I'm there. Next week, I'm flying out to the US for 5 weeks. I'm going to be staying with Haley. We're going to be living together for a bit, so we'll see how things go. Yeah, if I've got time to do runs, then I'll do it, but... there's a few other things I want to do, though, so yeah. But anyway, thanks everyone for the GGs. I think we'll cut it there. And, yeah. Thanks everyone for watching this PB. Keep a lookout on my YouTube for more of the strats. Every time we discover something new, I'm putting documentation of it on my YouTube. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.